Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the presentation of the data visualization group project that we have done in Tableau. Just to start with the introduction of the team, this is me, Harmandir Singh, and the team consists of Rahul Aaron, Pushpendra Singh, and Amandeep Singh. Uh, Getting to the point, we basically have used the crime data for Chicago to basically to show trends in crime through this visualization. Uh, Looking at we have tried to build this revolving around following factors. One is the type of crime that we have classified into seven different categories. We originally were given 25 different categories, but we have brought them down to seven categories. Then we have looked at the time of the crime, I mean, the time of the day when the crime has happened. These are categorized over here. And also, we have tried to look at the month during which the crime happened, and on that side. So, we've downloaded this data from the Chicago City Data Portal and had around 700,000 rows to work with. So, getting to this analysis, quickly describing the charts and the insights that we get out of this whole thing is that initially what we have done is that we have done some data aggregation. So, data aggregation has essentially happened based on the districts. So, there are 25 districts as per the police in Chicago. They are supposed to be police districts, that's what they say. And that is what we have tried to map over here. And we have created views by transposing the primary crime types onto this. So you can see that there is a key which basically mentions this over here. So there is a classification of the crime that you can see over here, the measure names. And the second level of aggregation that we have done is basically been on the time of the day, like we told you. It's basically, we have divided 24 hours into these five categories. So essentially, what insights we have got from this data is that, maximum number of crime happens during the morning and the afternoon time. So if we look at this, we get to see that, morning and afternoon is where maximum of the crime is happening. This could be essentially due to the fact that people in Chicago are out to work during this time and homes are pretty much unattended. So that is one reason. While maximum number of property crimes, are happening. That is theft and motor vehicle theft. It's happening during the morning time, whereas the maximum number of violent crimes happen in the afternoon. So, if you look at this, the property crimes are peaking in the morning, and violent crimes are actually peaking in the afternoon. So that's what we get to see. And then the violation crimes are the least. So the red line that you see over here essentially are the violation crimes. So they are the least of the lot. That is what we get to see. Okay. So on this map, we basically get to see, the size of the bubble shows that the crime that is there. So the number of incidents that we get to see over here. So again, in this, we are able to see that there is some size to criminal offense, and then there's some size that we get to see on the property side. So we've tried to map, the measures, as in the crimes that we see, to the location where it's happening, one of the districts where it's happening, right? Okay, then we look at the Pareto chart over here. That's the 80-20 analysis. So we basically get to see that there are a few crime types which are contributing to a large number of the overall crime. So there are a few crime types like so this is the color coding that has been done. It's given over here, but what it essentially says is that there are a few crime types like theft, battery, narcotics, criminal damage, burglary, assault, and other offenses that contribute to a large number of the total number of crimes. It contributes majorly to the 80% of the crime, and that's what happens. So 21% of the crime types contribute to 79% of the total crimes. So the Pareto principle, of course, holds good here, and this could be a good input for police and rehabilitation centers to catch hold of. Okay. Uh, Lastly, we look at the time series analysis over here. So this has been created over time. We're trying to look at 2012 and 2013. Now, what we get to see over here is that we're trying to map seasonality, and what we get to see over here is that, as seen from the graph, the top three crime types are violent crimes, property crimes, and criminal offense. So you look at this. This is violent crime. This is property crime, and this is criminal offense, right? And they have some seasonal component to it. So they have they start high and essentially the dip in February. So if you look at this, February is when these dip, and you could say July, August is when these crimes peak. So that is more or less been a constant over time. Okay. And then they see a downward trend in October. Again, that is something that's been mostly on the constant side. And of course, there are peaks and troughs. But what we get to see is that, generally the summers get to see more crime than the winters. So essentially, that is what it is. So that is majorly the story of crime in Chicago. Thanks very much for your time, and have a great evening. Thank you.